Ready up.
59. Mike, 59. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Protein spill.
Check three, check three, check three. Check.
Look, squeeze.
Check 37. Check three, check three.
Fight.
They'll run on first down. It's Chambers. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check safety, check safety.
2nd and 9 now. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Under crunch. Check. Check three.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Let's go. 2 hands. Let's go. Oh, here we go.
On first down, Whitfield. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check curls.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on a quarterback.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Joe Schobert in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
That was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
At the 37-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Go!
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the 1st down.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Hey, lock it.
On second down, it's Chambers, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
I'm coming.
X3, 218, chop it.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
At 70, Indy. Hey, Haywood.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Get it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
It's a pickup of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Check, 59, 59.
You don't see me in your nightmares, son. You don't see me in your nightmares.
Check out.
He'll look to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Murray has the first down and more. And a cutback right sideline. And he'll be taken down at the 26. It's a gain of 35.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down now. Whitfield, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It's now third down and 6.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun on third down, Murray. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Smith. Ready?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Alpha.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Slam.
Murray now on 1st down. And he finds his man. That's Sweeney. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Extra point splits the uprights. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Come on, set. 18, Gator.
Double up. Check.
Second and 15. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down.
Watch the screen.
Hey, Team 6. Hit it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
The throw over the middle taken in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Don't be scared. Pilot, 64, weak.
24, check 24. He's coming. We got double up.
5.
They'll run on first down. Chambers. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Completes it to Jennings. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
10 Lobo.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Jump down.
They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Check. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Hard. Check 26.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This is third and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
93's the mic. Rip left. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Hey, we got to get this stop. Buzz. 93's the mic. Ready?
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. From 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now for the point after. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
They'll keep it on the ground. Whitfield. Space to maneuver at the 40. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. A big play there on the option. 54 yards on the ground. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
On first down, Whitfield. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there as that one is going to blow up in their faces. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll make this a second and long.
Check. Check 9. Anyway.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Let's go.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Got it. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising.
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 57 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off, and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational-type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there.
Hey, turn it out. Check. Go on. Be Griffin.
They'll run on first down. It's Chambers, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. He's at the 50, and it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On first down, Whitfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check 31.
They'll keep it on the ground. Whitfield, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Open man is Kirk, complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
No. Off.
They'll run on first down. Whitfield, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Here comes the ball.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
They'll keep it on the ground. Whitfield, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And on fourth down, they come up and take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
General West.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 13. Check 13. Protein spill. Hey, watch delay. Bravo. Right, check. 59.
2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the bus, because they think this one is over.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Whitfield. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they have that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Leo!
They'll try the left side. It's Chambers, and he loses the football a second time. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. On 1st down, Whitfield. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Brings up 3rd down and 2. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cards, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again